This is Mt Leconte at 92, produced by Georgia Public Television, Atlanta.
Could I shake your hand? I'm a hiker from up this way, and I heard about you, and I'd like to get a picture. It's very rare that I find somebody, what, 93? Hiking the trail?
Huh?
You're 93, is that what they told me?
Not as two.
Oh, well, that's good enough for me. Could I get one quick picture of you? I'll never have this opportunity again, I'm sure.
Well,
All right, I sure appreciate it. Stand right there, it won't take me much.
now don't let it damage your Kodak.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Reverend.
This is my 173rd trip up Mt Leconte. For the last several years, my favorite occupation has been climbing Mt Leconte, the third highest mountain in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, 6,593 feet. I suppose I'm better known for my mountain climbing, but as a matter of fact, I'm an Episcopal minister. I was ordained deacon the spring of 1913, priest a year later. We're required to retire at age 72. So I retired, but I had built, partly with my own hands, little St. John's Church on Cartooga, Macon County, North Carolina. Never having received anything from it as a salary or stipend, they allowed me to continue until I was 92 years old. Then I retired, but I'm still active in the church. We started out on the Boulevard Trail, and it takes us from 4 to 5 hours to make the trip. The total distance of the trail is approximately 8 miles. Well, there are 5 regular trips up Leconte. This Boulevard Trail is the longest, And the one by which we come down, Alum Cave, is the shortest. There was an old miller, and his race was run. He had 3 sons, and they were grown. And when it came to make his will, he had nothing to leave but a little old mill. Sing fodder-dink-a-day, sing fodder-dink-a-day. So he called it up his eldest son. Son, oh son, my race is run. If you the miller I shall make, I want you to tell me the toll you take. Sing fodder-dink-a-day, sing fodder-dink-a-day. At that time, 1928, there was a trail used that was called Bearpen Hollow. Steep, rough. It was abandoned later, but that's the one I went up first. I can't even find it now, all grown up. This is the Appalachian Trail. The first 2.5 miles, you have to watch because the characteristic mark of the Appalachian Trail is a white paint blaze 5 inches high, 2 inches wide on the trees. Well, through the national parks, they won't allow that marking. They put up signs telling you which is the Appalachian Trail, but of course sometimes they get knocked down or bears chew them up. I'm glad the spring beauty is still in bloom all over the place. What's that?
This still the Tennessee side.
Yeah. You see the LeConte spur extends out into Tennessee, just as the Mount Sterling spur extends out into North Carolina, further north. With all of these hundreds of pictures you take, I think you ought to give me at least one. If any of them come out well.
Yes.
Of course, if they show me as I am, well, I don't want them. It's very encouraging to discover that our country is very much interested in keeping wilderness areas. They themselves need to carry on conservation in our national forests. There's some areas in the national forest that have been desecrated, timber cut, whole environment spoiled, especially with clear cutting. Another thing that troubles me is our craze for four-lane speedways. We're covering the face of the earth with concrete, asphalt, having no respect for the beauty of the mountains. There are a good many people who come here who really appreciate the mountains. But our desire for speed, for four-lane highways, is fast destroying the beauty of the mountains. I have lived long enough to be a crank. I was brought up on the farm, enjoyed good food. I respect my body. I try not to indulge in anything that will harm my body. Before I can remember, I made up my mind never to drink alcohol. Cigarettes are in the same category. And again, I've had people who wanted to be hikers, but they didn't have the self-control to quit smoking. And I told them, you can't mix the two. You can't be a mountain climber and a cigarette smoker. Down here, you're looking into the area where the TV dominates. Tennessee Valley Authority. And I can't see, but I think you can. Sevierville ought to be in view down in there, which is the next town beyond Gatlinburg. Down by the cane brake, down by the mill, there lived a yellow gal, her name was Nancy Till. She told me she loved me, she told me a lie. I picked up a rock and I hit her in the eye. There's one mountain peak here in the Smokies. It's named for a great uncle of mine. My great-grandfather's brother, Jesse Seiler. At one time, he owned nearly 1,000 acres back here in the Smokies. Raised his cattle back here. Seiler bought in the Nantahala south of Warrior Gap is named for my great-grandfather, William Seiler. And then Albert Mountain, further along the Appalachian Trail, is named for my grandfather, Albert Seiler. There's where we stay. The lodge on LeConte, it began very simply. It is not much more than a shed with an earth floor, benches for eating at the tables. When I first went up in 1928, I think the evening is long enough so that we won't have to rush from dinner to Cliff Top. So we'll take our time and go up and enjoy all the glory of the mountains, get a good view of Main Ridge while the sun descends. I shall walk today upon a high green hill. I shall leave the walls and the roofs of the town. This burden strapped to my back will be unloosed, and I shall leave it there when I come down. Warm is the hill upon which I shall walk today. Gold is the sun upon the close-cropped grass, and something of the peace of grazing sheep will permeate my being as I pass. Something of the look in their eyes of upland pastures and clean winds blow. The patient, trusting look of one who knows the shepherd watches. I shall make my own. And I shall gather the little windflowers there and press their sweetness upon my heart to stay. Then I shall go back to the walls and the roofs of the town, stronger than I've been for many a day.
Nice trip.
Have a nice hike.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
We go down the Allen Cave Trail, which is approximately 5.5 miles. Cable gives you confidence There's a slide here 2 or 3 years ago. This trail is the steepest one you have discovered. Mt Leconte. It's the shortest, and in many ways it's the most interesting. I had a little old banjo, strings was made of twine, and the only song that I could play is I wish that gal was mine. Oh, I wish that gal was mine, and I wish that gal was mine, and the only song that I could play is I wish that gal was mine. Thank you. Somebody asked how the robin gets his red breast. The story is, fiction of course, that at the time Christ was crucified, the robin was there and felt so sorry for the suffering of Christ that he flew against the body and tried to stop the blood from Christ's side. And as a reward, God granted him the red breast.
What I was afraid of. I was fixing to tell you that. The dirt is out of that one.
Huh?
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah. All right. Some of my family think that I ought to stop hiking, climbing a mountain. My doctor is my nephew, Dr. Rufus Morgan. And I asked him about it. He says, no, go ahead. He's a heart specialist. Go ahead. It's not as dangerous up there on the trail as it is on the roads. You endanger other people when you're on the road. But up there, it's just yourself and the trouble you give other folks taking your body out. So I'll go ahead. The Alum Cave Bluffs because it's really a bluff instead of a real cave. Contains rock formation which contain chemicals that are used in manufacturing gunpowder. And the story is that during the war between the states, the Confederate armed forces got material from there for their ammunition, carried it out to the nearest road, then hauled it away. Now down here, the Park Service has very kindly put steps through the arch rock. I've been trying to get them to extend it on above because it's a bit precarious. At my age of 92, I always wonder whether this will be my last trip up. But I keep on going. And why do I go? Well, it's just a habit. And I've loved the outdoors and all that it means. All of its beauty and the inspiration of mountain tops. Just a part of God's creation.
Five months later, in October 1978, Reverend Morgan climbed Mt Leconte for the 174th and last time to celebrate his 93rd birthday.